Circling ambition. We revolve around the pool. You want what I got. I'm not what I want. Not yet. But we'll get there, you and I. Distant lands on other sides. We got what we need. Anyone can chase a dream. And this dream, it's ours.
All right, welcome track fans. We're coming to you live from Jesuit High School here in Beaverton, Oregon. We've got an exciting evening for you tonight. You know what's about to go down. The Centro Mile this evening. I'm here with Vanessa, Fraser on my right, Evan Jager on my left. How's everybody doing?
Nervous.
Nervous?
I'm excited. I'm super nervous, super excited.
What are you most nervous about for this evening?
I'm nervous for Centro, how he's feeling right now, how he's going to be mentally preparing over these next 30 minutes, and putting myself in his shoes. I'm just extremely nervous thinking about what that feels like.
I think he really thrives off of the pressure of the situation, having all the people here. That's the type of situation I think he does do really well in.
Yeah.
Yeah, Centro is, he definitely thrives on the pressure, and he's the reigning Olympic champion right now, taking a shot at the American record in the mile this evening before he heads over to Tokyo on a flight tomorrow morning, I believe.
Yeah, I think 7 a.m.
7 a.m. So we're getting the job done here, 9:30 p.m. this evening, waiting for the wind to die down. We want perfect conditions. Here's some noise outside. There's a lot of fans coming into the stands right now, circling the track.
Yeah, it's getting rowdy.
Everybody's getting rowdy. I think they're throwing some T-shirts out there. We've also got Sam Prakel in the race tonight and Trip Hurt. So Sam Prakel, 350 miler.
Yeah.
Not too shabby. Trip Hurt, 356. So those guys are going to be looking to take some chunks out of their time too. So Tokyo tune-up, also a moonshot. There's been some talk about is this the right decision at this point going into Tokyo? Is he going to have an issue with the race?
Overdoing himself this close to a big race. I don't think so. We're 10 days out from his first round, and typically in our system we would do a big last workout 10 days out from our race. So it lines up perfectly. You're always going to get your like a little bit more out of yourself in a race than you would in a workout. So it might be a harder effort, but it'll probably feel easier because he's in a race situation.
So plenty of time to recover. He's got a long flight tomorrow. What kind of snacks do you think he's going to be eating on the plane ride out there?
Hopefully he's being good.
Yeah?
He probably has some candy in there, I would guess. Especially if it was fall Centro, he would have a lot of candy. But I don't know, maybe summer Centro will lean toward the fruits and veggies.
Yeah, it might be some carrot sticks, some celery tomorrow.
I can't picture that.
Yeah,
come on.
We'll see.
That's not going to happen. So we've got a lot of Bowerman athletes going over to Tokyo for this. I think 10 athletes altogether, and a lot of them are watching us right now in Hawaii.
I'm sure they are.
It's like six something out there right now. Sun's going down. It's perfect poo-poo platter time out there, I think.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's what they call it over there.
Okay.
It's appetizers, yeah.
Okay.
You guys been to Hawaii, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Poo-poos? Yeah, of course. But yeah, this race is made possible by the Bowerman Track Club. You guys spent a lot of time here last summer doing some racing at Jesuit High School.
Yep.
The track records here, untouchable now. We saw 5K records go down.
15s. 3K, 2K, probably.
Some relays.
4x4s, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Some good times out there, but this is the first time that we're getting some people in the stands out here, and it's a raucous atmosphere out there. I think, to my estimate, there are thousands of people out there right now, and this is great to see. This might be the most packed we've seen a track in a long time.
Yeah, for sure. I would agree.
But let's talk a little bit about the race at hand. Big thank you to Bowerman Track Club again. It's our privilege to do this. Tracklandia coming in and working with the Bowerman Track Club. We've got an excellent track community here in Portland, and this is right in the hometown of the Bowerman Track Club and a lot of different elite athletes around here. Big thank you to Jesuit High School and Coach Tom Rothenberger. I mean, this is one of the fastest tracks. I estimate that maybe this is the second fastest track in Oregon.
Yeah,
I think it might be.
He probably has the second fastest records.
Yeah. So second fastest records. Well, 12:47 for the 5K. I mean, that might be faster than the Hayward Field.
Yeah,
record.
It's pretty close.
We'll see. Yeah. But yeah, the world's savviest tactician here, Matt Centrowitz, long known as a racer. He's one of those guys where I like it because he doesn't really want to show you how much he has. Like he never shows you all of his cards. So he's one of those guys that just goes for the line, wins by inches, and just takes the win and walks away. So this is something that we don't get to see. This is a treat for us, where Centro is actually taking a shot at the clock tonight. So tell us a little bit about what Centro is like in practice, I guess. What is he a savvy tactician there, or is he gunning for times, or what's his mindset like on the track?
Well, I think I mentioned earlier there's a fall Centro, there's a summer Centro, two very different personas, different athletes. So, you know, in the fall you might not be seeing anything too special from him in practice. And then, I mean, I haven't been in Park City the last month, but word on the street is he's been pretty dialed in up there, and he has been gunning for really fast times in practice. So he has the switch is turned on for sure.
And it's hard to keep the switch on all year. So I think most of the year he's getting through the work, just putting the work in, not doing anything extra. And then when it comes game time, that's when he starts getting a little more into it, start getting a little more excited, and then that's when kind of the savage comes out in him, and he starts getting a little more competitive. Starts
posting the Panthers on Instagram, like you were saying.
Exactly. Yep.
That's when we were talking about what Centro's house probably looks like, with just posters of jungle cats all over the walls and stuff. Let's take a look at his accolades. Actually, we talked about there's a difference between, or two sides of the sport. There's racing, championship style racing, and then there's like running for times and stuff. And you're judged on both. Your legacy is judged by your medal chest, and then also by your PRs at the end of the game. So let's look at what Centro's medal chest looks like on the graphic on the screen here, and we can see. We'll bring that up for you. That'll come up in a moment, I think.
If we can't get it up, and it's very impressive.
It is.
I was going through all of his stuff today, and since 2011, I think every year that he has competed at USA's, he's either finished first or second, and I think he's got the PRs to match as well. Here we go.
Here it is.
Olympic Games gold, World Champs second, third, bronze, silver. Indoor champs, gold.
USA Championships, it's ridiculous. He's won 5 outdoors, second 3 times.
Indoors, 2 championships, a second place. And that's not just domestically. That's world. That's the best of the best. And honestly, I don't know if there's anyone more impressive in U.S. distance running history. In any event as Centro is. It's pretty spectacular.
I mean, this is quite a haul. We know, well, famously...
on the men's side, at least.
On the men's side, yeah. And famously, 2016, the gold medal came 104 years since the last American won the gold medal in the 1500. So a huge deal.
And you just look at the time span that he's been at the top, like the video comparison of the 2012 trials and then the 2021 trials, and it's like a very similar race, and he's the only one, you know, who's the same person right up there in the front over almost a decade of time.
Yeah, it's an outstanding resume. And let's take a look at the rankings graphic here, too, to see where he sits on the all-time list for the times. So as we look here, he's number 3 on the all-time list in the 1500 behind Bernard Lagat and Sidney Marie. So 330.4, which converted to a mile time is 347.23. So very close to the American record here. He sits at about 9th, or at 9th here, 350.53. for the mile. And we see the target at the top there, 3:46.91, set by Alan Webb in 2007. So a lot of notable names on this list, too. Steve Scott, Bernard Lagat, Sidney Marie, Joe Falcon, Jim Spivey. So you look at all those names, and even just getting a few seconds up that list, too, he's catapulting himself into the upper echelons or even further up into American miling legendary.
Yeah. And on top of that, he's top 10 in the 5K.
Another feather in his cap.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous when you think that this man has run 13 flat in the 5K.
Yeah.
And having a little conversation with Mohamed too, who's been training with him at altitude. I asked him what kind of shape is Centro in. He's like, well, I've never seen him in this kind of shape before.
Yeah.
He's been doing a lot of speed stuff, but then I was like, well, what do you think he could run for a 5K right now? And he said sub 13.
Yeah. I don't doubt it. I don't doubt anything that you put this man up against.
Yeah, so the last time that we saw him take a shot at the clock, too, was 2019 in the woods at Nike, the Portland 5000. He jumped in that. I mean, in the weeks leading up to that, we were thinking, we don't know if he's going to go all the way. He might just jump in and, like, hang in for as long as possible, but ended up chasing two of the fastest American men of all time to the line, running 13 flat, slicing 20 seconds off of his 5,000-meter best. So known as a racer, but when the stakes are high, this man comes out to fight it out.
Yeah, for sure. And, yeah, like, I think going into that race, I think he was going to be happy with, like, a 13:10. I think that was what he was shooting for. And overshot his expectations, and I think that just shows you how much of a competitor he is. He just stuck with it as long as he possibly could. He was in it with 100 meters to go, and yeah, he put himself in it against guys that like solely train for the 5K. And so yeah, he's tough. He's a competitor.
And you were there. Like, what was the atmosphere like that?
Oh,
that
it was you got chills just being there. It was one of the coolest experiences I've been around in track and field.
I think he also had a bet going with Woody about that, so there's some healthy competition between him and Woody there too. That was a extra motivating force.
That's right. Yeah, he bet Woody that Woody had to wear arm sleeves if he got under 13:10.
Oh,
right?
So that's why he did it.
Yeah, that's probably why he did it there. Something that I was checking out. I was pouring through Centro's stats, and I found that his season best, or in most of his PRs in the 1500, came from around this date. Each year. So around July 20th, because that's when Monaco typically takes place.
Yeah.
So the Diamond League race in Monaco, where there's historically an incredibly fast 1500, and that's where his PR of 3:30.4 came from. So we're trying to get a little bit of a Monaco energy here at the track. We've got a great crowd tonight and perfect pacing here. So maybe his body just knows this date.
Yeah.
It feels like it's time to go.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Yeah, I also hear he had his pump-up songs going out there. I think he was in charge of his little DJ set that they have playing, so he's really getting in the zone with those songs out there.
That's right. We had to find the censored versions for those songs, but they're being played for the crowd right now, so we hope they enjoy that here. We should have sent that out to everybody so they could listen along ahead of time.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, we're around.
Yeah.
But something that you guys, speaking of great pacing, on the circuit, so in races like Monaco, there are great pacers and fantastic setups for this. But typically, when the pacer steps off the track, the pace lags a little bit because it's an actual race and people are gunning for the win. Here, and like we saw in the time trial and the hunt, the pace doesn't lag because the goal is time. So, like Mohamed, put the world on his back and ran 4,600 meters, I think, rabbited the boys in the woods.
Yeah.
So we see that now. The Bowerman Track Club has been honing in on this pace train. I call it the Red Lightning Express, all aboard. And you guys play to the hot hand. So I love to see it. It's kind of taken a page out of cycling's book here, where you all work for whoever's in the best shape or whoever's gunning for it that night. And everybody works for is a domestique, so to speak, for the top dog. So we've got two guys in here who are doing that, Amos Bartlesmeyer and Josh Thompson, who are leading out Centrowitz this evening. But give a little insight about that strategy? Because I know it's been employed in races before, famously indoors in 2016 too, in the 3K.
Yeah. I feel like it's something that that was like kind of the start of it when we started like kind of helping each other out, pacing races. And, you know, like you said earlier, there's two main things you want to go after: fast times and championships. And you can't run championship races all the time. And so it's just a way for us to kind of control a lot of the variables in going into like fast races, trying to run fast times. And we're pretty diligent about hitting splits in practice, and we're just kind of used to doing that all the time. And so when we step out on the track, helping our teammates is kind of second nature. I mean, you've done it for a couple 5Ks.
Yeah, I've been on both the receiving end and the providing end of the Red Lightning Express, and I had our teammate Merrill Hall pace me through 3K in my 5K indoor PR last year, and then this year I got to help pace Carissa and Elise to the number 3, number 4 U.S. all-time 10Ks, and it's just super fun to have kind of that reciprocity going and to be able to be a part of your teammates' success, and then to, you know, be able to rely on them to help you run fast times as well.
Which one's more stressful? Which position?
Probably pacing. Yeah.
Especially when you're going after really fast times. There's a lot on the line, and you know it's going to be really hard. So it's tougher. Well,
and then whoever you're working for definitely owes you something afterwards, whether it's beers or Dairy Queen freezes or whatever.
Grant actually bought me a pair of Jordan 1s after pacing the 10K this winter. So
no way.
Yeah.
Looking after the boys.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out Grant Fisher.
Shout out Grant. Thank you very much.
I wonder what Central will get Amos and Josh here.
Cars.
That would be fantastic. Let's take a look at Centro's 2021 season a little bit. He had that 1500 starting out at Sound Running invite, and he ran 340 there, so jumped on it early, but didn't quite have it at the end, and he really came around at the Sound Running track meet. Where he ran 335 and looked like his old self and had that swagger, and he closed in 54 and put the arms out and won pretty easily. Mm-hmm. Little celebration there, and it was like a little Mernon.
Yeah, I think he actually surprised himself by how good of shape he was in that race. Like, he kind of jumped the guys and had a gap, and he was like, "No one's coming with me. Okay, I'm just gonna run to the line."
Yeah, and then we saw. Portland Track Festival too. He jumped in an 800 meter there, and he ran even splits. So he ran 53-53, and I think we have a video of that here in a race against Donovan Brazier there. You could see Career and Lopez there too, and Centro coming up here. So even split 800 running 146. Those
are some good 800 guys too.
Yeah, those are top class, top of the world right there, and he's fighting it out with them. And then after that, Stumptown, he ran 3 800s. So 3 800s, 6 minutes apart, 8 minutes apart. He ran 150 for the first one. Then he ran 149, and then he ran 153. So we kind of likened that on the broadcast to Batman Begins, I believe, where he takes Raj Al Ghul, makes him take a hallucinogen, Bruce Wayne, and then he has to fight that phalanx in the Himalayas too, the League of Shadows there, and he has to do it while he's wounded. Yeah. So that's kind of what was going on in these 800s. That's what Chris Derrick was explaining to me, that he's got to figure out while he's weakened.
Yeah, and it's great practice for like a really hard 1500, and at the same time, you're getting so much good work in. That's 3 800s basically running 55 seconds a lap or faster. And so, that's tough running right there.
All right. Yeah, and we saw in the trials he had a fantastic race too. He came in second in that race to Cole Hawker, a rare timing up, 19 years old, and the guy's putting up unbelievable times. But Centro putting himself in the perfect position, I think, that entire race like he usually does. And I went through a little exercise too where I put my finger on the screen over Cole Hawker, like coming down the home stretch, and you're like, if Cole Hawker wasn't there, we'd say this is one of the greatest races in Matt Centrowitz's career. He had a gap going in, closed in 52 for the last lap, and he ran 3:35. But Cole Hawker is there, and he's up and coming, and he's going to have a great future. But Matt Centrowitz still at the top of his game, and they were separated by this much too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, super impressive.
Yeah. Well, let's take a look at the rest of the field too, because there are a few more athletes in here, and then we're going to turn our attention to the track because it's almost game time. We've got Sam Prakel in here. Sam Prakel, 350.94 mile best, and that's nothing to sneeze at. Indoors, where do you think that was set?
Boston.
Yep, set in Boston. That's the Jesuit High School of the East there.
Yeah.
We hear the crowd roaring right now. The guys are doing a warm-up stride here. Prakel 336.5 in the 1500. He's a finalist for the 2021 U.S. Trials in the 1500. Adidas athlete. He trains under Andy Powell in Seattle. So Andy Powell, Centro's college coach too, and Prakel also a U of O guy. So sticking around the home territory here.
Yeah. And he's been good since he came out of college. He's been very consistently just a really, really good runner, running fast times, always in the mix of things. And his, mile PB is not too far off of Centro's, so we'll see how long he can push him.
Yeah, I think it'll be good to have some fast guys behind him, so he has those racing instincts kicking in the whole time as well.
And you have to think that Sam, running at 350 too, could be looking at trying to get under that mark as well.
Oh, he definitely is.
He's chomping at the bit there. And he's got the perfect opportunity to do that tonight.
Yep.
We've also got Trip Hurt in here, 356.02 mile best. He's run 336.8 for 1500. So converted, that's a 354.1 for the mile. 2021 U.S. Trials semifinalist too. So he's got the chops. He's a Bell Lap track and field gear athlete. Check those guys out. The uniform looks pretty spicy. It's nice. And a Furman athlete too. Yeah. So look for Trip. He said that he wants to get in the low 350s tonight. Yeah. So this is an exciting race. We've got the entire track lined with people right now. Yeah. So it's going to be fantastic. And then your teammates, the Red Lightning Express, leading these guys out. Josh Thompson, a 356.89 mile best, 334.77, 1500 best. Converted is a 351.95. So, that guy's smooth as butter out there too.
Yep. He's had a great last couple of years. I think he's fit. I think this is a great opportunity for him to get some really good work in and just run fast for as long as he can.
All right, we've got a few minutes to go here. The guys are getting to the line. We've got Amos Bartelsmeyer too, 353 mile best. But let's turn our attention to the track here.
Let's do it. Yes, please.
Alan Webb, he's got the American record, 346.91, and his splits there, courtesy of the running statistician on Instagram here. We've got his splits. Yeah, check that guy out. 56.3 for the first lap, 56.8, 56.6, and then closing in 55.5. So I believe these are 400-meter splits here. Okay. Centro, if he wants to break this, has to run 56.7 for 440s, and we're going to have 440 splits for you this evening, courtesy of Athletic Timing.
And that's a 56.7 average, correct?
56.7 average, yes. So that we don't know, or maybe we do know how he's attempting this evening. But, 56.7 average, and we'll see what the Red Lightning Express brings him through at. Mm-hmm. We do have a 1,500-meter clock set up as well. So we'll see their 1,500-meter times.
Which will be very interesting.
Yeah,
I'm excited to see that.
Yeah, if Sam and Tripp want a gun for that race there, too.
Well, and you said Centro's 330 is his PB. If you extrapolate it to a mile, it's real close to the American record. So if they're on American record pace, he'll be close to his 1,500-meter PB as well.
Totally. Yeah, absolutely.
Evan, what do you think is going through his head right now as a American record holder yourself? What are these?
I did it in a very different situation. I would hope. He's going to be extremely nervous. He knows that everyone is here to see him do one thing, and it's a very tall task. It's going to be extremely hard. So there's that going through his mind. But I'm hoping he's got his two teammates pacing him, and all he has to do is just look at their backs and not think about anything.
They're coming to the line now. And they're off.
There we go.
We got the Centro mile off right now. Amos Bartlesmeyer goes to the front, and then Josh Thompson, and then Matt Centrowitz tucks in behind him. And then you have Sam Prakel and Trip Hurt on the back. So.
Oh, this is so exciting. You got 5 guys. It's strung out. They don't have to do any movement, so they can conserve as much energy as possible just running this fast pace. And yeah, I think we're trying to get our boys to go as long as possible and centering until they step off the track.
In the 27-second range for 200 meters here.
That's pretty good. From the mile start to 200. Okay, so that's fast.
Yeah, they're on fast pace right now, and the track is just covered with people watching here. We'll see what the split is as they come up. That is about 54 for the leader, it looks like. About Matt Centrowitz coming in, maybe close to 55.
That's really good. I think that's exactly what Jerry wanted. Jerry did not tell, Centro did not want to know what the pacing was tonight. He let Jerry dictate it, and he's just going to go out there, turn his brain off, and just race. And so I think that's exactly what Jerry wanted, pretty close to it. And I think they're going to try to settle in here, try to hit some 56s, and just stay as calm as possible. And you see Trip already falling off and Sam starting to fall off the Centro. So you can just tell how fast this race is going out already.
Now, it's not often you see Centro strain too much in a race here. He still looks
never.
Very smooth coming through the line. And Amos Bartlesmeyer in front. The crowd is going nuts out there. It's great to hear crowd noises again. Bartlesmeyer coming to the line. We'll see what that is when we get to it.
That looks like about a 152.
152 through the 800 meters, through the half mile.
I think that's through half mile, yeah.
152 through half mile. So they're on 344 to 345 pace.
Wow.
And that's perfect. I think Centro's a strength runner, so I think having a little bit of time in the bank is not the worst thing in the world for him. But Josh is already starting to struggle, and this is going to make it hard for Centro. Oh, Amos is stepping off.
Amos pulling aside. That's really, really good work.
He's going to have to do a lot of hard work on his own here with 600 meters to go.
So that was through the K in around 219, it looked like.
And I think Centro's going to have to put in a hard move just to feel like he's staying on the same pace right here.
He looks smooth, though. He looks like he's staying relaxed.
He does. Hopefully he's running tough, but saving a little something for the last 400, and he can just hammer it home.
Still looks very smooth here. A race between Sam Prakel and Trip Hurt there. It is about 251.
He's 251. That's pretty good.
So
oh, come on.
He can run hard here and still get it.
He's going to need to step on the gas down the backstretch here, but he's got the Portland faithful here cheering him on.
He's going to be on edge this whole last lap. He can't make too hard of a move. He's got to squeeze it down just a little bit every 50 or 100 meters and just tighten the screws and try to get this time.
You can see Jerry sprinting across the field, getting really fired up.
He's like 320 with 200 to go.
320 with 200 to go. Yeah, he needs a 26 to break this.
He needs a real fast
he
last
needs
200.
to step on the gas.
And he is picking it up. You can tell he's working harder. He's pumping those arms. He's looking at the finish line.
You
can tell he's starting to strain just a little bit, but he still looks so freaking good.
Let's keep our eyes on the clock
Centro.
here.
You can do it, baby.
So impressive.
Let's get it. Let's get it.
44,
keep pushing.
45.
Come on.
He's going to be just off.
Oh, man.
Just out of reach here. 349.26.
That's going to be a PB.
We'll check the official time on the clock as it populates. 349.26 it is.
Ooh, that is hard running.
A lot of solo running, too. Just.
Yeah. And on top of it, like, not only did he have to run more than he was expecting to run, but he had to deal with the kind of the thoughts that were creeping into his head when his pacers did not go as far as he was expecting. So tough running. 9 is still really fast.
349, 349.26. We can see where that puts him on the all-time list for Americans here. That puts him at 5th right now, right behind Sidney Marie and in front of Joe Falcon here.
Yeah, so that last 200 definitely hurt. That was probably, like 28 or 29 for the last 200. He's really gritting, and you could tell he was looking at the finish line 150 meters out, just hoping it's coming to him as fast as possible.
So about a 58-second last lap for Centro there, and an amazing performance, and just the tune-up that he needs going into Tokyo too, because we know that is going to be a fast race. If Timothy Chariot has anything to say about it, what he's been doing on the world stage lately is just taking it from the gun and rolling. So Centro needs to be prepared for that if he wants to defend his.
I think he's going to be very happy with this race. It's a fast time. I think he knew that the American record was a tall order. It was going to be really hard to get, and things had to be absolutely perfect for him to get it. But he walks away with a PR at, he's 31 years old, and still setting PRs, and he's heading into his third Olympics trying to defend his Olympic gold. So I think he's pretty excited. Yeah, and Jeff is going to leave us. He's going to go down to the track and try to get an interview with Centro as soon as he's done doing his victory lap, and as soon as he's caught his breath.
It's really amazing how many people showed up and how they're fully lined up around the track. It's really nice to see that again.
Yeah, we've got almost a full 200 meters, first 200 meters of the track, lined with fans, and of the stands are pretty much packed, and everyone's up against the fence, and you could tell it was pretty loud. So there was definitely good atmosphere here. You see Centro smiling. He looks happy. He looks happy.
Yeah. What do you think Jerry's post-race analysis is?
I think he's going to be very pleased with it. Before the race, he thought American record was way hard, but I think anything under 350 he was going to be very happy with. Okay. And unfortunately, we're going to have to leave you guys for a second. We're going to go to commercial, and I think when we come back, hopefully Jeff will be with Centro for a little post-race interview. Hopefully we'll be back as soon as possible.
Circling ambition. We revolve around the pool. You want what I got. I'm not what I want. Not yet. But we'll get there, you and I. Distant lands on other sides. We got what we need. Anyone can chase a dream. And this dream, it's ours.
The last lap just looks so hard.
Yeah. I think Jerry's going to be a little disappointed that we couldn't get...
Yeah.
Oh, we are back. Centro is still making his way around the track. He's on the home stretch right now.
Still shaking hands.
Just walking it out. Not too much of a victory jog, more of a victory walk. I'm sure he's pretty tired. I can't wait to hear what he has to say. I think this is good momentum for him going forward, for sure.
And a good tune-up, too. Just a little boost to the fitness, if anything, heading into Tokyo.
Yeah, exactly. Tough race can definitely be a fitness boost. It's a PB, so he just did something he's never, which is awesome.
Yeah.
It's always awesome getting a PB, no matter how high your expectations were. And I think going into the Olympics, PBing it's like all you can ask for. So really excited for him. And like we said earlier, he's a competitor. So I think the competition is going to bring even better things out of him. So I'm definitely excited going forward.
And he'll have more opportunity for fast races later this summer. Like, I'm curious if he'll run the mile at pre.
Oh,
and
yeah.
he'll have another chance with, more competition up front to run fast in the mile again later this summer after the Olympics. So I think that'll be really cool to see. This will be kind of like a stepping stone for that.
Yeah. All right. I'm not sure if they're ready or not. Jeff, can you hear me, Jeff? No. Okay. I'm not quite sure they're ready for their interview yet. I think they're still composing. He's still composing himself. But yeah, like I said, I think the competition at the Olympics will bring the best out of Centro, and this is a really good step forward for him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh man, that was exciting. I'm sweating.
Yeah, it was really nerve-wracking to watch.
Yeah.
We're not sure when exactly this interview's
They look ready
about
for us.
to go off, but
I think it's
coming soon. Okay.
Okay.
The words from the man himself are going to be showing up soon.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, we got
a little bit of sound.
He's in front of the camera holding the mic. Centro's ready to go, give this interview, talk to a few more fans, and then probably get ready to fly out tomorrow morning.
I wonder what his post-race meal is going to be.
You probably have a good guess. I have a good guess. I'm going to guess 5 guys.
That's a good guess.
I wonder if we can get him to spill the beans.
Yeah.
If I was a betting man, I'd bet on 5 guys.
It's a pretty good guess.
Yeah. All right, we're going to Jeff. Leave it off for him.
Here with the man, Matt Centrowitz. Hey, 3:49.26, so mile PR. How you feeling about the effort tonight?
Tiring, man. I'm tired. I was definitely expecting a lot more. Happy to finally crack 350 for sure, but I was looking for a little something quicker tonight for sure.
Yeah, well, 152, I believe, through the half mile, and then you were solo for the last 600 meters. So, you're gonna need to double down on when you're going to Tokyo, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I think everyone in the 1500 is expecting a fast pace in Tokyo, and today was just good prep for that. Probably won't be alone in Tokyo. I'll definitely have guys in front of me and pushing me, but this is a good effort today. I think the pace early on was really hot. I felt a little bit uncomfortable through the 800 and kind of showed for the last 600 meters. So.
And talk a little bit about why you wanted to do this too. Why you wanted to gun for a mile going into the Olympics here, but also just overall, gun for the.
Yeah, my mile PR has always been 350 for several years, and I just felt like that was a barrier I wanted to get under. And we had a great workout last week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Probably one of my better workout weeks under Jerry. So. Might have been a little bit tired from that as well, and just got me really excited though in those workouts to come out here and run something special.
And what can we expect from you going over to Tokyo now? You got a flight 7 a.m. tomorrow.
Yeah, first stop Hawaii though, so a little Waikiki Beach action, but not much of a vacay. But yeah, you can expect some tough racing from me and all the Americans. We have a really great team. Super deep 1500 meter squad, probably one of the better ones we've had in a long time. So take it one round at a time, and as everyone knows, once you get in the final, it's anyone's race. So.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a pleasure to be able to talk to you after an event like this, and look forward to watching you kill it over in Tokyo.
Yeah, thanks, Jeff, and thanks everyone that tuned in tonight. I was hoping for a little something special, but I appreciate the support from everyone here. I don't know how many people are here, but it sounded loud. It sounded like a packed house, and all the people at home and all my friends and family watching, I appreciate you guys, so thanks.
5th fastest American of all time in the mile now.
Yeah, we'll take it. More to come.
More to come. All right, Matt Centrowitz, everybody. Great job.
Thanks, Jeff.
All right, and that's it for us tonight. Make sure you tune into the Olympics. Watch Centro here defend his Olympic gold. And from Jesuit High School, we're out.
To Tokyo.
To Tokyo.